Okay, welcome back to the Pointless Podcast. We are now on episode number 4. Me, myself, Dean the Protein, and alongside my co-host, William Fitness, aka Simon Williams. How are you today, Simon? What's going on?
I'm feeling a lot better. I am feeling a lot better. And I think it was down to some of your advice. Just some, not all, just some.
Oh, if anyone missed it, Simon's been dying. If he's got COVID or pneumonia or flu or all of the above.
Pneumonia.
And that's why we are a little bit behind on filming some of these, but we're all back on track now.
Yeah.
The last episode we talked a lot about boosting your immune system.
We did.
Some of that helped you, did it? What helped you the most?
Do you know what? I'll be honest. It wasn't so much the dietary stuff because I've not been eating a great deal anyway. It was mainly the supplementation, and I'd hand on heart. Like obviously, I've had antibiotics, so they've done 90% of the legwork. But they finished a few days ago, and naturally, when they finish, you normally still feel like shit for a good week after, don't you? You're still sort of like getting your levels equaled out, and you know what I mean.
I don't know.
But
I remember
today, I feel fine today, and I think it's down to the zinc, and I think it's down to the was it
D3?
D3s, yeah. But I've been taking 4 of them a day, only because I've been sick a lot. So I'm having 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. So if I am sick, I'm still keeping the level of it up. Anyway, too much detail there.
Today, 1,000 milligram vitamin D3.
400 each, I think.
Okay, so they're quite low.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
When you're compromised, your immune system's compromised, and you're probably deficient in D3, you could have 5,000 to 10,000, even more. It's not going to do you any harm. And then when you're feeling better, just a couple of thousand a day is going to help just boost your system a little.
I feel different, though. I feel like I've come back better. I know it sounds weird. I just feel a little bit better.
What doesn't kill you, Simon, makes you a little more mental, a bit more stranger.
Yeah.
And stronger.
That's how we found each other, D. But no, that D3, I don't know, maybe it's just placebo in my head. I do feel a lot better than I did pre-getting ill.
Well, just the vitamin D3, the vitamin C as well, that combination together will any viruses, infections, it helps you get over them quicker if you've already got to that point and you've got them.
Yeah.
Did you add the glutamine in as well and the zinc?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I take the Bassett gummies, multivitamins. I have a couple of them a day as well. You know, the ones that like sweets.
Yeah, so did I have sugar in them?
Mate, they're like this big. Does it matter?
Well, wow, what I was going to go on to is not many people know how bad sugar really is. It's like a poison. But when you're eating sugar actually stops a lot of the absorption of vitamin C and D3. So you're kind of defeating the object by taking...
Right, okay. That's a fair point.
So, you can become more deficient by eating loads of sugar. So when you're sick, don't comfort. Eat on sugar and crap. Eat some proper food, or even fast and let it all get out your system. That's the best thing to do. Keep hydrated, plenty of fluids.
Yeah, lots of cups of tea.
Cups of tea, green tea.
No, just Tetley. Just a bit of Tetley.
Okay. There's some benefits.
We should have done this bit off podcast.
Anyway, then, let's get back on schedule to the podcast. Today, we've got
what have you got for us?
Really cool stories of embarrassing stories. Also, one of the guys at the gym that wants to remain anonymous put in one of his little situations that we can read out as well.
Is it anyone out? Because I know a few people. Is it from Ultimate?
Yeah, but I don't think you know him, to be honest. But
okay.
We can't put his name out online as he's there.
It depends how juicy it is. I'm joking.
It's not really a great one. It's a bit of fun.
Go on then. Go on.
Let's start off with his one, shall we?
Yeah, might as well.
because he said this story. You have to tell us what you think, whether it's true or false. Did this really happen?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
So he said, I'm in I'm in the toilet at university in the public bathroom discussing hydration and the colour of urine. He's obviously with his friend. Because this is what guys do in toilets, don't it? You know when girls all huddle into
Oh yeah.
yeah,
We're
we
like,
do that too.
I'm like, Dean, does this colour look all right to you?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried about him from the first little bit. Okay, so they're discussing the colour of urine.
Yeah.
And how it has a green tint to the urine due to certain medications. So his friend, whose name's Matt then adds in the idea.
Are we naming the friend then?
Name the friend.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he fucking chuck him under the bus. Care about him, does he? So Matt then adds in the idea of golden showers and whether or not the colour impacts if people enjoy them or not. Then, as they're discussing this, a little voice pops up, comes from one of the cubicles that's locked, somebody in there next to them, and said, thanks for that. I'm sure it won't affect your grade, as it was the lecturer listening into our conversation, whether or not we like to get pissed on.
So let me get this right. So let's break this down. So your mate from the gym, close friends? We'll say close friends. When he goes to the toilet, talks about just random shit and got onto the subject of taking some sort of medication that turns your piss, has a hint of green to it. Don't know what that is. Then the conversation turns into being pissed on, it's in a sexual way.
The other guy, obviously,
yeah,
is loving this.
Well, at this point, they're both having this conversation, aren't they? So, and then it escalates to, does the colour of the piss make a difference?
So whether you like it or not. I'm like, if it's nice and clear, do I like that being pissed on? But if it's a bit too yellow and smelly, maybe you don't like it so much.
There's one thing that confuses me with golden showers. Not confuses me. Like, I understand what a golden shower is, but I'm just gonna say it. Is it just on you, or do you have to like
I think whatever floats your boat, mate. Either way, that's what it's called.
Because that's when the colour would, like, if it was flowing red, I'd be like, mate, you need to go to doctors,
Well, you said what worries me is like, what is piss? Piss is your body getting rid of all the nasty waste from your body. Yeah, like, I don't want that near me. And if it's like, fucking, they're dehydrated and their piss is like brown and stinky.
Oh,
worse, isn't it?
They've had asparagus.
I guess it's going to be worse, but either way to me is just...
Do you know the funny thing about the whole story is, we're taking a piss out of your mate for talking about golden showers, and we're now talking about golden showers and if we'd like them, depending on the colour.
Oh dear. So, so go to the next bit. The little voice in the cubicle next door.
So yeah, the lecturer. So they're actually, I'm guessing they're in a college or university toilet having this debate, and he's come out and said that it may affect their grade because they're discussing.
No, he said, don't worry, that doesn't affect your grade.
Oh, it doesn't affect you. Right, okay. Basically saying, I've heard everything that you said.
Yeah.
Are you getting attacked by some pussy there?
Yeah. It's the only way pussy ever attacks me is when the cat wants to sit on my shoulder.
Be careful you don't get a fucking golden shower, mate. Cocks a leg up, you're gone.
So then, do you think that's a true or false story?
I think it's very true. Only because there's too many specifics. I think to make something like that up off the spot and then throw a lecturer in the mix as well seems a bit. I don't know. They've either got an amazing imagination or it's true.
It was, in fact, true story.
Yeah.
But you know what? True or false one for that story, it wasn't that bad for it to be like horrifying that it is
No,
true.
he could have even put his name to that, man.
Yeah, he needs to
We've
try.
talked about worse.
Oh, that happens on a daily basis. Not golden showers, but we do much worse.
We
Like,
do much worse.
yourself when you
Can we see what you wear? What's the alien thing? It's cut off.
Oh,
What's
it's the same
today's?
one from before, but
How is it?
different T-shirt. Another one.
Mm.
Jiggly pop. Oh, chuckity.
You just see these antennas again. I'm thinking, is there
I
something new?
was in such a rush today. I didn't get a chance.
Repping the
Properly.
Ultimate Fitness. There, are we got a sponsorship deal with them?
It was cold outside.
It was cold. That's more like it. Links in the bio. Link is in the bio.
Okay then, shall we move on?
Yeah.
So I've only got a few,
It's fine.
but we got some embarrassing stories or situations that people have been in.
Okay.
But they haven't put their names to them, so these are randoms and we have no idea who they are. Okay, for the first one. I did community service with a youth group when I was around 10 or 11 years old. It was around the Christmas holiday. We bought and wrapped up a bunch of gifts to take all to the old folk in the homes. I picked up a gift and walked over to this elderly gentleman. I'm swelling with pride and eager to drink the large glass of thank yous. I'm about to be served. He opened it. He opened a really nice pair of slippers, and then he looked at me for a moment in disgust and said, "What the hell am I supposed to do with these?" I said, "You put them on your feet." I did in delight. The guy says, "I haven't had feet since I was in Vietnam."
Oh fuck!
Like he's only 10 or 11 years old, so I'm sure he's not really embarrassed. But at this point, you got to look down and see that he's got no fucking legs or no feet. He's in a wheelchair, unless they were covered up and he couldn't see. But poor lad, he's really tried. He's done a great thing.
Let's not jump ahead and say poor lad, because he is on community service. He's done something fucking wrong.
He said, I did community service with a youth group.
Right. So he wasn't like. Do you think that's well? It must be American then, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Vietnam.
We jumped to you, little bastard. You've been.
Yeah, I was thinking like, has he got a parole officer and stuff, and now he's handing out slippers?
Yeah. But and to be fair, when I had to do community service, they wouldn't let me mix with other people. It was like picking up litter and
painting over graffiti and
mowing the lawns in graveyards and stuff.
Yeah, selling weed. No.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a good deed and he fucked up.
Yeah.
How would you react to that?
To be honest, it's like when he walked over, did he have, them fake feet? Did he have them? Was he in a wheelchair?
Would he have a blanket over them?
Yeah. Was he just sat in an armchair with a blanket, couldn't see? Or could he clearly, blatantly fucking see this guy had no fucking legs? And he bought him a pair of fucking slippers.
If that's the case, you're just a little bastard. You knew there were slippers.
And how that's written, that's not come from a fucking 11-year-old.
Well, no, he's talking about a past experience. These are the most embarrassing experiences that you remember in your life.
Okay.
So he's
fair point.
When he was 10, 11 years old.
What do you want me to do with these? Yeah, it's a bit awkward. The guy hasn't been through enough.
Poor guy.
Do you think he traded with someone else? Someone got some mittens. He's like, I'll have the gloves. You can have the slippers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It reminded like amputees. Oh my god, I don't think I could cope if I lost body parts. It reminds me of a story. Let's get off this a minute. A little inspiration for everybody.
Go on then.
It was Tony Robbins,
Yeah.
awesome guy, who was telling a story about these ex-vets like this. This woman was interviewing him, and he had just come back. He'd blown his arm off. He's there with one arm in the hospital bed. Well, he's not in the bed. He's sat in a chair, little desk. And she's interviewing him, and he's like, "How are you?" This and that. And he was so happy, and he couldn't believe, like, he's still alive. He's got life. He can do so much. And this woman was overwhelmed. Like, how? You just had your arm blown off. How are you so happy?
Yeah.
She asked him this question, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so happy because I lost my right arm, and I'm a lefty. I've still got my good arm." And she's just like, "Wow, that's unbelievable." And then at the end of the conversation, she had no idea when she got up and went to leave, and he pushed away, and he was in a wheelchair. He lost both his fucking legs as well, and he didn't even mention it.
Okay, no. But he
And
can have a wife.
He's happy because he's alive. He's got his life.
I don't think he's happy he's alive, and he can wank with his favourite hand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he is us complaining about price of gas.
Fucking right, yeah. Okay, moving on.
Tony Robbins is the motivational guy, isn't he?
Well, you say motivational guy. He says himself he hates to be called that, like, motivational talker. He's more like.
But it's the guy that I'm.
Yeah. Massive head, like 6'7".
Yeah.
He was
like
like
a few movies, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was like 5'1" at school, and then he grew a tumor on his brain that pushed his pituitary gland, that made him produce crazy amounts of growth hormone.
Yeah,
and it shot up to 6'7" in a matter of a couple of years. But he never had it cut out, and he's always been fine with it.
You know.
Yeah.
He's done all right, hasn't he?
So yeah, save thousands and thousands of pounds on buying GH. Just grow yourself a tumor in your brain.
Yeah, don't take Dean's advice on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Worked for him.
I mean, how would you just naturally? Right. Anyway, I'm thinking about right. Go on. What have you got for us? What have you got for us?
This one, I can't read this one without vomiting a little bit in my mouth towards the end.
Really?
I'll try. Okay.
You can do it.
Okay. This is a female. I worked on a deli counter, and that meant having to give customers free samples of whatever when they wanted to try the products. Let me first say that I can be very socially awkward sometimes, and I'm not a very confident person. At the time, I was about 22 years old, and I'm a female, by the way. Guy in his late 40s, early 50s, comes to the counter and he wants to try some olives. I go to the cupboard behind the counter and I get a small plastic shot glass and a cocktail stick. I put some of the olives in it and I go to offer the glass to the elderly guy. He holds up both arms, showing that both of his hands are full with bags. He then proceeds to open his mouth, indicating he wanted me to feed him the olives. Okay? I was kind of shocked and didn't really know what to do. I wanted to avoid the conflict with the customer and have him to go away. So I just used the cocktail stick to get an olive and I held it out towards him. He then ate the olive off the stick, but then his mouth closed around my fingers. Oof. It was honestly one of the most disgusting things that has ever happened to me for ages after. I could still feel his wetness of his mouth around my fingers. I must have scrubbed my hands a million times.
Oh, say that again. That last line, his wetness.
Making me vomit. You know, like I can
Oh,
feel it. It's
how
saliva.
romantic.
It's making me vomit.
Do you think, like, you know, in films they have them things they call them meet cutes,
What?
where a meet cute is when two people accidentally meet, like they'll bump into each other in a coffee shop, spill a bit of a coffee, and do you know what
Oh,
I mean? It's called a meet cute. Do you think he was trying to cue that in his head as a meet cute so they can say, "Oh, how did you meet?" And it was being
dude,
fed. Yeah.
he spotted her. He's sinner.
Or do you think he's just a sleazy bastard?
Oh yeah, definitely. He went and bought loads of shit just to pretend that his hands are full. I bet the bags are probably empty.
Why would you hold it up to the face? Like, I'd be like, yo, just grab one, mate.
This is this is a big thing. Many people do this, and they really make their lives awkward and hell because they just can't say no. They don't like conflict like her. She's very shy. She's very awkward. This elderly guy. She doesn't want to say no. What
Mm.
would you do? I would have jabbed the fucking cocktail stick in his eyeball. See, you dirty fucking bastard. I want to
Mate,
know how she reacted. Did she just walk off and go and wash her hands? Did she not say anything? Did she complain? I would have punched him in the fucking face, you weirdo.
imagine though,
But
you held it up because you thought, oh, he's a bit old, maybe he can't see it, or
yeah, and
and
you.
then he's next thing he's like not noshing on your fingers, sucking your fingers off.
Stop it! I'm gonna be sick.
Just but oh, imagine she's trying to pull her hand out and he's just like dead slow with it. And then
No,
licks the tip as he
I can't do anymore. Moving on.
you not like that, do you?
No, no.
What okay, how would you feel if that was your lady and you right, no, hear me out. You've just gone in the shop and you see this guy and your lady's fingers in his mouth. You know, would you run over and do the Heimlich or something like, you're right, mate?
I think knowing Shell, I would whip my phone out and put it on record, knowing that I'm going to witness some extreme violence any
Oh,
moment.
mate.
She would drop kick his face off.
I'd be like, hey, you dirty bitch, what are you doing?
Oh, imagine.
You better go wash them. You're touching the produce, you tramp.
Oh, God, yeah.
With granddad licky fingers.
But it just happens and she doesn't realise that you've seen it. And then she comes, she sees you. Oh, Simon, puts her hands on your face. Kiss. Oh, that's
Look, you just trying to make me gag now.
So, okay, it's much worse being a female and that happening to you.
Oh, imagine though if it was the other way around.
I'm
It was the old man was putting his fingers in your legs.
Stop it. No, I was going to say, like, imagine you're young and some old wrinkled grandma had done that to you. How would you feel? Because you can't punch your face in, can you?
No, but I'd grab at her tooth and see if they... Bear in mind, right? If you were holding you wouldn't hold a cocktail stick like that, would you? You'd probably use 3, would you? And how deep did he take it? Like
To the wrist?
Oh, if she's holding the tip, no pun intended. If she's holding the tip of the stick, they're a good what 3 inches long, like a cocktail stick. He's taken a lot of that in to even get to finger.
How old did she say she was? 20. She's 22 years old, and he's 40 to 50. Sex offender, paedophile.
Maybe he saw a bit of meat sauce on her finger and thought, "Oh, that's part of the garnish that's dripped off." Look at that. I don't know.
I would have been like, "Oh, did you like that? I got another one. Do you want to try it? I'll just get out the back, stick my finger up my ass, and some of that. You dirty bastard."
Oh, we funny you should say fingers up the ass because I got I got sent a link.
It's
I can't
funny.
remember if it was this morning or last night from my lady. She sends me this link of this TikTok, and normally she acts me in them, but she didn't on this one. I just got sent this link, so I thought, all right, what's this? Clicked on it, and normally it's like romantic or cute ones, and do you know what I mean? And I clicked on it. It's this absolute weapon going on about how guys like it's up the arse and we love fingers up the arse and toys up the arse and we're not, and he's the only guy saying it and he's speaking on behalf of all men. So I messaged Marley and him like, he's speaking for him fucking self. No, we fucking don't. That's why no guy's saying anything, because we don't fucking want nothing up his arse.
So she's listening to it. She's on Amazon now. Oh, I'll buy Simon a nice gift.
Honestly, so I'm thinking, I'm panicking now, mate, because she comes up every weekend. So I'm thinking, shit, she's gonna try to slip me the finger or something. Because this dickhead on TikTok's telling everyone that we don't. You don't speak for me. We don't like it up the arse. Fuck off.
Yeah, each to their own. My butthole is a one-way street. I don't like things going up the wrong way. Whether you do or don't.
This is the thing, isn't it? Like,
man.
if you want to try stuff, you have to ask. You don't just do it. And nobody, no individual, whether on TikTok or not, male or female, can speak on behalf of an entire sex. But she sent it me, but no comments, no. And I'm thinking, is this like? Are you planning something? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
She's just putting it out there. She's up for this. She's seeing what
the best bit was, mate, that I went through the comments on this video. So I'm looking through the comments and I'm looking for guys. I want to see guys saying like, no, he's talking shit. And he put as a caption, funny how no guys have commented. That was the caption of the video. Well, you've got to write that before you click post. So he's proactively deleting all the fucking guys' comments, so it's only women, and all these fucking women now think that all the guys want to finger up the fucking arse. So come this weekend, there's going to be so many people split up.
Well, I'm thinking if he's posting shit like that, there's not going to be many normal guys that don't like that.
He's one of them. You know when they say the most outlandish thing because they know it'll do numbers, it'll get views.
Reaction, and it's clickbait.
Yeah, but he also thinks what he's saying is true, which is the worst.
Is he a friend of yours? Is that what you said?
Don't know who the fuck he was. No. Anyway, sorry. It's just with you saying fingers up the bum. I just thought I'd mention that funny little thing that happened to me. No, I haven't said a finger up the bum. I meant the link.
Okay, well, we're talking about fingers up the bum and fingers up the bum.
Yeah.
Maybe. You remember the other episode the other day when you asked me to share a very embarrassing story? Well, now it's time for Simon to share.
Right, okay.
A story of his own.
I have one.
Fingers up the bum?
No, there's right. This is probably my all-time favorite of my own funny, embarrassing stories.
Well, you sound proud of it, not embarrassed.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I'd piss myself if I heard it off anybody else.
Yeah, let me stop you there. When it happened, was you embarrassed?
At the time, yeah, I think I was.
Okay, that counts then. You can have that.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so I'll set the scene. This is my most embarrassing story of all time. So I'm 13, 14 years old. I'm at a party, house party. Things are going well. I'm like 2 bottles of Lambrini in and a couple of shandy lollies. And I've been seeing this girl for a few weeks now. And she's like...
How old are you say? 13, 14?
Yeah, about 13, 14. Don't judge me on the age. Forget the age for now, okay?
Really, starter?
Mm-hmm.
But was she the same age?
Yeah, same form. In the same form. Okay. So I'm not going to name her. She knows who she is. So then we go upstairs anyway. It was a bit like one of those American movies, they go upstairs and like, "Oh, shall we do it? Yeah, okay, let's try." So now we're kissing, on my mate's bed. One thing leads to another. We're going at it.
13, 14 years old, you dirty little bastard.
Yeah, yeah. It's a horny little fucker. So, so it was like, them box rooms. We call them box rooms. Like you have a semi-detached and you have the little small room. Well,
Yeah.
we call them. So it was like one of those kind of bedrooms. But so the bed was in the corner. It was a single bed, obviously, in a corner, and the radiator was down literally the side of the bed. So anyway, we're going at it, and I'm trying to like do all the positions I can remember from the VHS that I got from my mate one time. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much at 13, 14
You have
years old.
a little porno stash and
Mate, so next thing, I am like going ham. I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? If I go harder, faster, you don't know, do you? You're young, she is fucking screaming. And I'm thinking, I'm a fucking legend here. First time round, and the fucking reaction I'm getting, I'm thinking, I hope everyone can hear downstairs. I hope people are going to the toilet listening. She was screaming. In pain. She was in a lot of pain. She was in so much pain, Dean, that she had to go to the A&E walk-in centre because she was burning her arse cheek on the fucking radiator.
Oh my God. How hot was your fucking radiator?
I swear to God, because the radiator was against the wall by the bed. So I'm like, and she's going, fucking burning, mate.
So you're like, yes, I'm a stud.
I'm going harder at this point.
Boom, boom, my big 4 inches is fucking smashing her to pieces.
Yeah, literally put her in A&E, mate. That's how hard I went.
I think you should tell that story without mentioning the radiator part. It'd be more impressive for you.
No, it's I like that story though. It was, yeah. Ironically as well, when I joined TikTok, she followed me while I was doing online coaching, and she signed up to online coaching with me. And I was so tempted to mention it, but obviously I've got a partner. It's like, do you really want to chat to an ex, even though you were like a fucking child at the time? Do you really want to bring that up? Yeah.
Yeah, you could have just messaged her and said, "Oh, you want to burn some fat? We could burn your ass again."
Yeah, get on that radiator.
Yeah. So my question to you now: have you ever had that reaction ever again from a girl out the radiator?
Not quite, mate. Not quite. No, no. But there's been towels and stuff. But
you stud.
No, I wouldn't.
Your old stud, Simon.
Not as loud.
So how bad was the? Obviously, she burnt. Was they like blistering? Was she scarred?
No, I think if I remember right, she didn't come into school on the Monday, but I'm pretty sure she got cream for it. But you can imagine, like, if you're not just aren't touching a radiator, you're getting pushed against it, so your skin's not coming off.
God, it's sensitive skin, and she's still young as well.
I bet her arse. When you put your steak in a griddle pan, I bet
she got lines. Oh, you evil little bastard.
It was a good bang. I can smell steak. Can you?
Someone's cooking.
Could just eat a steak.
Okay, well, that was quite a good one. But, more of these are going to crop up in the future, so I'm sure you can find even more embarrassing ones. You seem proud of that one, more embarrassed, but yeah. And I think the embarrassment was more for her, not yourself.
I know, I was embarrassed when everyone found out.
How did they find out?
As she left the room. Like, everybody at the party knew. Luckily, like, being a class clown idiot back in the day, like, everybody knew who I was and thought I was funny anyway. So everyone was just laughing, and I was laughing. Like, I'm one of those people, especially when I was younger. you couldn't take the piss out of me because I'd take the piss out of myself first, so you couldn't.
Yeah.
It was almost like a self-defense thing.
Mm. It would,
Um,
wouldn't it? Like, saying this to somebody earlier, if you give a fuck what people think of you and you bite to their reaction, then they're
yeah,
gonna do it more, aren't they? If you're like, yeah, so yeah, I'll do that. Then
that's
they're
it,
like,
isn't it?
oh,
Yeah,
bored now. But,
yeah,
oh yeah. Mm. So you want to get a girl screaming? Bang her into the radiator.
yeah. Why not? If you can afford to turn them on,
Yeah, it wouldn't happen this day and age, would it? Okay, then moving on. We got
yeah.
some more embarrassing stories.
Go on.
Okay, this one. Okay, my ex-wife later came out as a lesbian, and then we got divorced. Years late, then we got divorced. Years later, I went to her wedding where she married her now wife, which was one of my ex-girlfriends. Mm, I wouldn't be embarrassed about that.
I'd be fucking worried.
Yeah, I'm thinking they was probably doing this before. Mm,
I think you're missing some key points here, Dean, and I'll tell you what.
God.
It's bad enough that your ex-wife is now a lesbian, but now she's seen it one of your exes who is also now a lesbian. So are you just going around turning people lesbian? Is your dick that bad that they're going, oh fuck this is bollocks, man.
Maybe he was a very feminine guy and he was attracted women that wasn't quite sure. They just liked his feminine side, and then they
Maybe.
realised later on that they just want full on women. Or yeah,
I mean,
I want to go with what you
that's
said.
what I'd straight away think, fucking hell, how shit's his dick. What are you drinking there?
Well, I was being all healthy and good with my cucumber water and lemon,
And what's in the can?
but then I got a really bad fizzy zero sugar full of aspartame. It's fucking
All the pop me and my little boy have is always no sugar, no calories.
yeah, which is a lot better than the sugar version, but the sweeteners they put in it are terrible for you. But it's a
Kingsley's
little
got
guilty
that good
pleasure.
with them. Yeah, yeah. I used to when I was dieting, I'd have a Pepsi Max cherry at the
Mm,
end of the day as a snack
yeah, yeah.
because it tastes so like Moorish and delicious. But we've got to a point now where if Kingsley's out, he won't just say, "Can I have a Coke?" or "Can I have a Pepsi?" He says, "Can I have a Diet Coke? Can I have a
Mm.
Diet Pepsi?"
I mean, sugar is like poison, so it's so much better. But still,
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, but the odd one here or there. At least if you're dieting and stuff, it's not going to affect your fat loss, your calories, and all that. Some people say your body doesn't know the difference, so it's just all bullshit. Like I've dieted for many shows using Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke, whatever, and I got fucking shredded. So don't listen to
yeah,
that shit. But it's not healthy. You shouldn't be drinking them.
yeah. There's a lot of crap in them still, isn't there? Like sweeteners and flavorings that are all
The
a bit
sweeteners are
toxic and
terrible.
stuff. I know for me, I'd just prefer if Kingsley wanted a drink. That's the less of the evils in it, really, because he won't drink water on its own. He'll drink so I'll get like the sugar-free Vimto,
Mm.
which is flake, but even that's still got. It's just the same as fucking Diet Coke in my eyes. It's still got the colorings, the
Oh yeah, it's the
sweeteners, and
sweetness, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I've got one more.
oh,
Mm. Okay,
yeah.
so this is a female, young female. My skirt got caught on a concrete bench at work and got pulled down. When I went to get up, I showed the whole crowd of co-workers my ass. Everybody just kind of stood there trying not to laugh while I tried to collect my dignity. It's not that bad, really, is it? This,
No,
this
I mean,
reminds me of a much worse situation I was in myself. Um, yeah, so
so
I
you're
probably,
wearing a dress one day.
yeah, only on the weekends. But early 20s. I mean, I don't drink. Before that, I was bodybuilding, and then when I was about 24, I never drank alcohol for like 10, 15 years. But anyway, from like 20 to 24, I was working on building sites with a bunch of, you know what guys on building sites like. We have a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
laugh. They're all fucking pissheads. So I fell into a bad crowd. We ended up, like, I went for a stage. I was drinking heavily for 3, 4 nights out of the week. Spent a fortune on alcohol.
That's a light week for a for a load of builders.
Yeah, but that was, they were still doing it 7 days. They spent like £200 a night on alcohol. It's ridiculous. But anyway, one night we were out drinking with the lads. We were in some kind of nightclub bar. Big crowd. It's quite busy in there. I'm a very shy, timid boy at this point. There's this group of girls, and they're chatting with them. And the one girl takes an interest in me, and I'm too shy. I don't want to talk to her. Can't be bothered. In other words, I'm scared of rejection. She's far too good for me. All this shit comes into my head. That's how I used to be. So the lads catch up on this and see. So they proceed, 5 of them, to grab me, grab my arms so I can't move. 5 of these guys holding me, and I'm fighting best I can. And they tell this girl to pull my trousers down, strip me off, whatever. So at this point, I've kind of given up. Me against 5 guys, and it's not happening. These are big guys as well. We all go to the gym. And the girl comes over, she grabs my belt buckle, pulls it off, grabs my trousers, not just the trousers, the pants as well. Boom! In the middle of this fucking nightclub. You see the doorman look over and just look away, nothing happening. And I'm so embarrassed at this point. The whole fucking pub sees me there, all hanging out. You know, when you're embarrassed, it decides to go inside and shrivel up as well, don't it? So never the best look, is it? If you're going to flash it about, you're going to slap it a bit, get some blood in there, make it a bit bigger. But no, it's a cold night too. But that wasn't the problem. She was more than happy with it. The whole problem is I'm stood there with my trousers and pants around my ankles in front of a whole fucking club. Who does that?
I'm on the fence with this one because it is funny, but it is fucked up as well.
Yeah,
like run up behind, try pull them down. If you can't, like don't pin somebody like 4 or 5 blokes to get you some young kid's knob out. Like,
I was mortified, but I was telling somebody this earlier because I completely forgot about this story, and it just popped into my head. But I got to the point now. It's like you go to a gym, you know, like fitness gyms and stuff. You go in a change room, and there's always some old geezer, 78 years old, and he's like fucking this, and his ball sack hanging down, and he's just waiting for you to
flossing with the towel and.
Yeah, it's like he's there. He just wants to show it to every fucker in the room.
Always dead tanned as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah, all wrinkly and saggy and tanned. His balls are down to his fucking kneecaps, and he's so proud of them. When they get to an old age, you just do not give a fuck, do you?
Nah.
I'm not there, but I'm in the midway.
You know why? Do you know what I think it is? I don't think it's they don't give a fuck. I think they're that old. They know no one's gonna want to look because it's cringy as fuck. So you can walk around with your dick out. Yeah. In the men's changing rooms because ain't not a single guy in there that's trying to clap ice on your cock.
I think they just don't get any attention at that age.
No, it's like the Invisible Man. They take their clothes off in the change rooms. They are invisible now. No one can see them.
Well, I'm 41 now, so I'm not at that point, but I'm at the point in life that I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I like me as a person. I don't do anything to hurt anybody.
Get your balls out.
I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, so I don't give a fuck what people think about me. And when I now think back at that story, I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. Like, everyone's fucking got a body. Everyone's got a fucking penis flopping around. Not everyone, but every male should have, unless they chop it off. But like, so what? You know
I
what I
don't.
mean? We all run around fucking
I think like same as my story. In that moment, you're embarrassed, but when you
yeah,
grow up, you look back, you're like. "Pff." But I think yours is a little bit weird. Like it's one thing. Like we used to do it in school. Like you'd run up behind your mate, you're like, "Ah, try to pull them down, or double keg them." Do you know what I mean? Or a wedgie. But to get all your mates to hold someone so he can get his dick out, it's a bit fucking weird.
yeah, like, it was weird. This group of girls were loving it, but I wasn't. It's weird. And, like, even pulling some geezer's trousers down. I mean, the joke's on you, innit? If you pull their trousers down, their cock flops out in your face. Who's worse off? I don't want to see that shit. Why do people do that?
Imagine though, right, right. Imagine that it's the other way around, and there's a
Oh,
girl,
I'd be in
and all
prison.
the girl mates that grabbed her, and they're like, "Go on, get her tits out, get her tits, go on, get her tits," and then, do you know what I mean?
But it's funny you say that because after she did it, and then one of the girls were like, "Oh, you should get your own back and do it to her." And I was like, "Yeah," and she was gone out the door. None of her mates were holding her.
Yeah.
I would have been arrested for that night, wouldn't I?
Oh, 100%, yeah,
Yeah. Not that I would have done that because I respect
because
people
that's
and
abuse.
yeah. It's funny. That's just led me on to another little story. I was working on the door once, and wasn't me as a co-worker. Everybody that comes
Thank God it wasn't me. Let's just point this out.
in,
Whatever happens next, it wasn't me.
it was brilliant that it wasn't me because I got to witness this. It was in front of me. So everyone that comes in, particular nights, we have to search them all because
Yeah, yeah.
there was shitholes and there's knives, guns, all sorts of crap. Well, mainly just drugs. So you're searching them and you pat them down. You have a little routine where you go and you inside of the leg, blah blah. Anyway, it just come into fashion when everyone started. Well, not everyone, but every weirdo was wearing their jeans below their ass cheeks with a belt wrapped around. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's still a bit of a thing now. Like it came from the prisons, and it. Do you do this?
Do I
Where,
do it?
the way you was like, oh no, it was like a reaction, like it's something that you do.
No, it was more of a reaction like I don't get it.
Oh,
No,
good.
I wear mine around my waist. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it came from the prisons, innit? And they used to do that because they wanted to get bummed or something. So I don't know how it
Is that
became.
where it come from?
Yeah, I don't know how it
All these
became.
gangsters that do it when they get bummed.
Yeah, I don't know how it became like a fashion statement. Like I really don't understand. I've seen people with their jeans so low that they can't step up a curb because the crotch is around their knees. But anyway, so he's searching this guy and he's got his jeans around his fucking under his ass. And as he pats him down,
Grab his dick.
his jeans come down, which pulls his pants down, and his dick flopped in his face. And he's just like, and pushed him away.
You having flashbacks to that cocktail stick?
As he pushed him away, the guy tripped over his trousers and fell on the floor.
Oh no!
Flapping around.
So he's tripped himself up with his trousers whilst he's got his dick out,
Yeah,
and your mate's just had it in his face.
yeah. Imagine he falls.
Did he
on
let him in, or did he fuck off home?
I think he let him in. It's not bad for him afterwards. He probably had like a graze on his dick or something.
Oh,
Uh, the one when I seen that, I learned from that. Like, a wise person learns from others' mistakes. You don't have to make them yourself. So a guy comes up to me with his jeans around his ass. I grabbed his jeans and I lifted him up in his jeans and shook him until they. I said, "You're not coming in like that. So you lift your fucking jeans up." But yeah,
damn.
I got many door stories, fun stories, horrific stories, horrible stories. But I think we'll leave them to another day.
Yeah, for a darker time. We need to do a Christmas sort of special.
Hmm. Not dressed for it today.
No, I know where we do Christmas jumpers, uh, sing a Christmas carol. I'm joking, I don't know. But we
Wow.
need to do A Christmas one. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm working at the kids' farm park at the minute, Michelle. We're doing all the pictures for the kids and families, and I'm dressed as an elf, so I'll wear my elf outfit.
Do you know what? Do you know what that's just reminded me of? Remember Jingle All the Way?
I never watched it. There's Schwarzenegger on.
You fucking kidding me? You're a bodybuilder
I couldn't do it.
and you've not watched Jingle All the Way?
Mm-mm. You know, when I was young, everyone when they're young and they like want to be big and muscular, you look up to Arnold like, oh,
Yeah,
my God,
100%.
action hero. Then I watched Pumping Iron, and I thought this guy's a fucking dick.
Yeah, we all thought he was a dick.
I know it was all acting and all the rest of it, but he just come across as such an arrogant, cocky twat.
So were you rooting for Lou Ferrigno and Pumping
It just
Iron?
put me off him from then. Like, I still watched all his movies and stuff, but then he started doing crappy comedies and stuff. I couldn't bear
Yeah, but he just went where the money was. But anyway, so in Jingle All the Way, Arnie is trying to find this toy, Turbo Man, for his son. It's like, remember when Toy Story came out and you couldn't get like Buzz Lightyear or Woody for Christmas? That's like this Turbo Man. You cannot fucking get this toy anywhere. Anyway, meets this dodgy little elf at this, like, you know, where you meet and greet Santa thing. And he's like,
let me just stop you. Me and Alf.
No, you're not the dodgy elf.
Mm.
We get to that. Don't worry. So he bumps into this dodgy little elf and he's like, Luke, I can get you a Turbo Man. Just, you've got to come with me. So he gets in this car, travel for miles, go to this, like, what appears to be an abandoned warehouse. Go inside and it is packed with people dressed as elves. With all knockoff merchandise and toys and all fucked up shit. Anyway, they cotton on. He kicks off. They give him this Turbo Man. It's in fucking Spanish or something, you know, when you press the button and it talks. So Arnie's kicking off. Next thing, this fucking dude comes over, dressed as a fucking elf, but he's jacked. Like, and he makes Arnie look like a fucking elf. Do you know what I mean? And then there's this big fight scene. Like, it's a silly one.
Do you know who he was? He used to a lot of bodybuilder actors in his movies, didn't he?
I'll check now. I'll check. What was it? Jingle.
What are you searching? Jingle All the Way, jacked elf.
No, Jingle All the Way cast. I think. Was it? It wasn't Hogan, dude, was it? So Jim Belushi's in it. I remember that.
Jacked elf.
Oh, Vern Troyer was in it. He's passed away now, hasn't he? Oh, it was Paul White. You know, The Big Show?
Oh, okay, wrestler.
Yeah, it was him.
He's really tall as well, and he's huge.
Well, yeah, I should hope so, being called The Big Show.
The Big Show.
He is...
He's like 350, 400 pounds or something crazy.
174 kilos, 383 pound.
Yeah.
He's heaviest, 2.1 meters tall. So that's like, what's that, 7 foot? Just over 7 foot?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Damn.
He's one of those guys, and you see a picture, and yeah, he looks quite big. See him.
Yeah, he sort of like twangs his what are them things called?
Braces.
Twangs his braces, and he's like, "I'm gonna deck your hull, bub." And then he has this giant like candy cane, and yeah, that's. I picture you as that. Like you just fucking up dads.
But a midget version of The Big Show. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. So you're like, well, it's the little show. That was his song, wasn't it?
Well, next time we do a Christmas special, I'll be the midget Big Show elf.
Are you going to dress as the elf?
I do it just for you. It's got little ears and everything.
I'll dress up as a prick because I nail that every time. I'll be the Christmas twat. You can be the Christmas. I just think, what the fuck would I dress up as?
There's not much. You see, when we did Halloween at the farm, every day we had different face makeup and outfits. Like, one day she's a witch, and then she was like a zombie pirate. All these cool shit you can do, innit? Come
Yeah,
Christmas, we're like, what can you do? We'll be an elf. But there's nothing else you can fucking do. Can't be Santa because he's already taken. They've got him there. Obviously, meet Santa. They can't go and meet Santa, then come and see me. They'll be like, well, it's a fake, innit? The kids would be distraught about it. So, what can you be? Fucking gingerbread man, an elf, a reindeer,
I mean,
snowman.
this is the thing, and it's quite limited.
Ah!
I'll
Remember
just-
the Viz magazines? You ever see them? Viz Mag. It's like adult comedy magazines. You like the Beano, but it was an adult one.
Yes, yeah.
Well, there was a sketch there for Christmas, and your name's Simon, and they had Simon the Snowman, and it was just like the classic Snowman cartoon. Apart from he used to get pissed and go to brothels and spew up all over prostitutes. You can be Simon the Snowman.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you go to a brothel and burn some prostitutes' asses on the radiators and shit.
What? Why is it? Why is it got to be a brothel? So you're saying I can't get laid? I have to go to a brothel to do this? I have a girlfriend I could burn if I wanted to.
You don't want to burn her ass. I'm just saying you got to play the character of Simon the Snowman. I'm not saying you would act in that
So
way.
snowmans go around burning asses.
Just Simon the Snowman.
Oh right, okay.
He's a pisshead. I just think it'd be a fun character. It's better than an elf.
Yeah.
You could be the Grinch, maybe. I want to be the Grinch on the last day at the farm. I'm just going to go around and fuck shit up, kicking everything over, busting the trees.
Yeah, like on Christmas Eve.
Fuck yeah.
He's carrying Santa's head. So all the kids, Christmas is cancelled.
That's the problem. Like,
Did I go too far there?
yeah, but I'm on the same wavelength as you because I had a really cool outfit I wanted to do for Halloween, and they wouldn't allow me to do it because I think the kids
Wouldn't allow you.
Traumatized.
Ah, right. Okay. What was it?
Well, I got this really vile scarecrow mask, and I was going to wear that and take my big, massive fucking meat cleaver machete and covered in blood and like a big meat apron, blood splattered over it, and chase the kids, but they wouldn't let me. I don't know why.
There's a few places that you can actually do that, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's more adult thing, and it's scaremongers and all that.
Yeah, some like Halloween Fest or something. Like my lady's been a couple of them, but she said like there's one where at the end they put you in a room and they were shoving like dildos and stuff in her mouth and everything.
What
And
the
she
fuck?
was
This
just-
is not a scaremonger. This is some kind of fucked up sex party. Where
And I said, at any point did you say, no, that's enough now. I'll fucking take your head off, mate. Get that away from me.
like that could be actually you could get done, I think, for
I'm guessing you probably have signed something on the way in, but she probably fucking enjoyed it. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
she
lie.
went to the wrong place and she just tried to play it off.
I think, yeah. I don't think it was fuck all do with Halloween. It sounds like keys were in a bowl. That's where she ended up.
I've never heard of fucking scaremonger with dildos involved before.
Nah. I haven't either, to be honest. I might have the stories wrong. I might be overlaying two stories here.
Maybe it was a Halloween special at a swingers club.
It could have been. It could have been.
Sounds more like it.
Could have just been an ex for all I know. It's even worse.
Well, wow. Okay, I'm all out of embarrassing stories for this week.
Did you get any questions off of Insta?
No, just that embarrassing story. They're all bastards. They want
They just want to know about steroids and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to get away from all that, the fitness site and all that. For people that want that, we want to actually help people. Don't take drugs. We're not going to teach you how to take them properly. But if you're going to take them, then come to joinourlegion.com, and we're tell you how to do them safely.
There you go. Did you hear that?
What a
So
shameless plug.
if you are followers or fans or whatever you want to call it, of me or Dean, and you followed us from the fitness aspect over to this podcast, there's gonna be stuff we'll touch on that is gonna be fitness related. We can't help ourselves as much as we want to do a funny, stupid, silly podcast. The fitness stuff always creeps in, the health, the nutrition. But we are trying to steer this into a different sort of direction because I've had it for the last 10, 15 years. Dean's been doing it for the last 10, 15 years, and it just gets very old very quickly now.
Mm.
But if there is any information that you need, and we will plug it on every podcast if we have to, Dean has got a website, joinourlegion.com. There is a monthly subscription, but there is an abundance of information already there, and you can contact Dean directly. And that necessarily
One, as much as you need.
Yeah, so you can speak to him one-to-one, whenever you want, as often as you want, as much as you need, and he will guide you, whether that's through drug protocol, whether that's through your fitness, your nutrition, your anything, literally anything. You don't know what a hack squat is, and you're doing literally anything. But he also has an Instagram, funnily enough, where he does do the occasional, probably 2 or 3 times a week, maybe, where you can ask him questions. Yeah, you can literally ask him questions on his Instagram story, so keep an eye out on that. He does post on there pretty much every day, to be honest. So if there is the odd question you want to ask him or test him before you sign up to join our Legion, then you could always do that. But the link is in the description. It's always in the description for Join Our Legion. And we will plug it as much and as often as we can. Because Dean has to keep the lights on and he needs to get paid. So just fucking sign up anyway, even if you don't want it. Just go and fucking sign up, man. Like, if we get 10 of you, just sign up. Do you know it's a tenner? Netflix is like 18 quid now. You ain't learning shit from them documentaries other than how to kill your other half. And we've watched 12 already. We know what we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But you don't know how to lift a body correctly. You don't know how far you've got to drag a body. You need to be fit for that. JoinOurLegion.com.
Yeah. I just want to add to that I do give out a lot more information, and a lot of the people that follow up with me weekly, I actually prep them and give them everything they possibly need, which most prep coaches will charge you hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth for £10. You are not getting it that cheap anywhere else, and I hate to big myself up, but I do have 4 British titles, so I know what I'm talking about, and I'm 41 years old and been doing it all my fucking life.
I'll put it like this. Dean charges £10 a month, and he's literally been there and got the T-shirt. I charge £10, well, it works out to £10 per week on a personal training level. And as you can see, the only thing behind me is a YouTube block.
So they get you. They get you, Simon. They get you.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, if there's a better option, there's a cheaper option. We are in a credit crunch crisis situation, and bear this in mind, because I know a lot of people have come over from TikTok, and there's a lot of single moms out there. If your son or daughter's getting into training, or your partner or your husband, you can sign them up to it. You can do that as like a little gift. You can, even if it's just for a month, sign them up for a month, or you could gift them a subscription. It's cost you £10. They don't know how much it's cost.
Yeah.
And they can go around bragging, saying, he could be, 16. He's just started college. Yeah, 4-time British champion, trains me.
Yeah, and just for shameful plug number 2, if you don't want that, we also created Legion Armor, the shop, which you can get your hoodies, your t-shirts, your bags, your caps, your vests, whatever you need. We have a whole shop for it. So more Christmas goodies.
You could buy. Listen, right, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Right, what you could do. We're getting hard on this. No. Christmas is coming, Dean. Get the backpack, get a t-shirt, get a hoodie, right? Get the bottle, and then get the membership, and then you could print the membership thing off. I'm sure Dean will be able to send you a link or make something fancy for like a couple of months for as a gift, so you can gift it to somebody, and then they've got access to Dean, and they've got all the little merch. And come January, New Year's resolution, they've got the gift set, they've got Dean. They can just go and get shit done, man.
Yeah, healthily, properly, no fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm trying to get away from the bodybuilding as much as I can, but I did a lot of that. I'm more focused on health and actually helping people these days.
See?
And if you don't want to pay, that's fine, because we do the questions and answers for free on Instagram. And we also have this amazing podcast, the Pointless Podcast, where if you do have any questions or you need any help, advice, you don't even have to put your name. You can put it anonymous. Or if you just want to shout out, send in your questions and we'll do our very best to help you, whatever it can be. Mental health, physical health, gym, just dietitian. If you have anything wrong,
you can comment on either of our personal social medias. We have got a TikTok page for the Pointless Podcast you can comment on. We've got obviously the comment section on YouTube. You can comment. Me and Dean have got access to all of it. So one of us will pick it up and respond to it. But yeah, if you've got something you want to ask us for the next podcast at any point, doesn't even have to be on this one. If something crosses your mind on any of the videos, drop a comment and we will talk about it. We will talk about anything on here, really.
Yeah, anything pointless, we want it. Even if it's just an embarrassing story, a stupid story, anything. If you just want to fucking shout out, chuck it out to us and we'll get you on the Pointless Podcast.
Because it is just pointless. So we've got no more stories left.
Well, I could always think of more if you want to.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We need to plan the Christmas one. That's what we need to do. And we need to do a couples one. I think the Christmas special should be a Christmas couples one. Like, so it's you and Shan and me and Shan and just.
So this could be the time of the month when we bring the couples in. That bloody time of the month.
Or
we bring the couples in.
Or do we meet up and film it together?
Oh, that would be fun but scary.
That would be a Christmas special.
I just think like this may be the first and the last couples because we might both be single after filming that.
Yeah, but
it'll be worth it.
Nothing. Yeah,
it'll be worth it for all you guys' entertainment. We'll spend Christmas alone and crying, but you'll have fun watching.
No, we wouldn't be alone. We'd have to spend it together at that point, Dean.
Crying on each other's shoulder.
I'm just having visions of that guy that turned his ex-wife gay and his ex-girlfriend gay.
Yeah, maybe they'll fuck off and get together with each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They'll get together and that'll be it then.
On that note, I think we should end this one off and we can look forward to a Christmas special and maybe even a time of the month couples special. Yeah,
I just want to point out to the other partners that he said the time of the month thing. It wasn't me. Okay, thank you.
I'm saying the time of the month as in it's a time of the month where we all get together and do a podcast. What the hell was you thinking? Just because there's women involved?
I thought you were on about the menstrual cycle.
That shit's in your head, not mine.
My head. What colour? Right. What colour wee would you like on you?
Can I dodge it?
If I was to stick my fingers in your mouth with a cocktail stick, what would you prefer to be on the stick?
Okay. What would you? What? You got to do one. The fingers in the mouth with a cocktail stick, or an attractive woman pissing on you with very dark yellow smelly piss.
She's just got a jar of piss, like she's hitting on me or pissing on me.
She's gonna piss on you, and it's gonna be very dehydrated, stinky, yellowy, orangey
Whose
piss.
fingers? Whose fingers?
The old geezer, the 40, 50-year-old.
I'm,
He's
this
gonna.
is going to sound messed up, but I'm going with the piss because at least that's not going in me, and I'm not tasting. I can wash that off.
He's doing it. He's
I'm
doing
really,
your
I'm good. My skin's really waterproof, so I can rinse that off, right? I can rinse that off, and I'm not going to feel as violated as to physically taste some dirty.
What if a bit of the stinky pee goes in your mouth?
It won't. No, it won't.
But you have to. That's part of the deal.
Because
just
my
a little
skin's
bit.
really waterproof, and I'll.
Nobody's skin's waterproof. You're gonna absorb some of that. Then you're gonna have that piss inside.
It's the biggest organ in your body, on your body, around your body,
and it's not waterproof.
Mine is. Look, none of my blood comes out.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. Look, nothing, like a sponge.
There's proof you are waterproof.
Yeah, I'm waterproof. So I'd go with it. But what would you go with? The old man's fingers in your mouth?
I'm going to opt to kill myself.
You get fingered by nobody. Kill yourself. That. Option 3, walk off. You're going to die.
Way out.
Are things that bad at home? You're like, I don't even care. Fuck this. Shannon, you're not worth it. Bye.
I couldn't live with myself if either. No.
Yeah, it'd be the best for me. No problem.
You sound like you want it now.
No, it's just like if I've got to pick, then easy pick, huh?
You picked it far too easy though. He's like, yeah, I'll do the piss.
Listen, my lady's probably sent your lady that link to about the finger in the arse, so you're getting that tonight, mate. So either way, you're getting fingered whether you like it or not. There's no hope for you. Yeah, you drink that.
So
savor the flavour of that, mate.
Next week, when you ask me embarrassing stories, we'll be
both saying we got fingered in the arse. Fine by me.
I'll be like, I was violated. It was disgusting. You'll be like, no, it was alright. Actually, I enjoyed it.
I kind of enjoyed it, to be honest. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But yeah. So when are we next recording? Actually, because obviously we've got a podcast that's going live tonight at 9 in 20 minutes. So when are we? When's this one going out? What day is it?
On Tuesday now, isn't it? So
should we put it out at the weekend?
Yeah, we could schedule another one for Friday if you're okay with that.
Yeah, Friday night. I'll speak to Sham. We'll see if we can set up some sort of Christmassy jumpery-esque coupley thingy.
You gotta go all out, like Christmas lights over here, tinsel.
Yeah, I think as well how we do it is the opposites ask questions. So you ask my lady questions, I ask your lady questions, and vice versa.
I don't know, because like if your lady asks you questions, they're going to be
much
more horrific than if my lady.
No. So at the minute, Dean, there's a big trend on TikTok called My Icks. So I could ask your lady, okay, what's your biggest icks, top 5 icks about Dean? And then obviously my lady will ask you, what's your top 5 icks? So your icks can be like, snoring, opening his mouth when he chews, just silly, stupid things that annoy you about your pot. That's what we can do.
That
do it from like you guys asking us and us asking you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so we get the same questions basically. We're not just trying to be perfect.
It's the same questions, but obviously the answers are all going to be different, and it's going to cause a lot of turmoil.
Yeah, we're going to be single after this.
But we can do funny Christmas stories, sad Christmas stories, whatever.
Yeah, I got some horrific ones, but I don't know if I can say in front of Shao.
And on that note, guys, this has been the Pointless Podcast with myself, Williams Fitness, aka Sam Williams, and
Dean, the protein.
Laziak.
Lazy ass.
Peace.
Peace out.